The Courtin by James Russell Lowell. Read for LibriVox.org by J.W. McAlvin.
God makes such nights, all white and still, fur's you can look or listen. Moonshine and snow on field and hill, all silence and all glisten. Zekel crept up quite unbeknown and peeked in through the winder, and there sat Huldy all alone, with no one nigh to hinder. A fireplace filled the room's one side with half a cord of wood in. There warn't no stoves, till comfort died to break ye to a puddin'. The walnut logs shot sparkles out toward the puttiest, bless her, and little flames danced all about the chimney on the dresser. Again the chimbley crooknecks hung, and in amongst 'em rusted the old queen's arm that Granther Young fetched back from Concord busted. The very room 'cause she was in seemed warm from floor to ceiling, and she looked full as rosy again as the apple she was peeling. 'Twas kind o' kingdom come to look on such a blessed creeter. A dog rose blushin' to a brook ain't modester nor sweeter. He was 6 foot a man, A1, clear grit and human nater. None couldn't quicker pitch a ton or draw a furrer straighter. He'd sparked it with full 20 gals. He'd squired 'em, danced 'em, druv 'em. Fust this one and then that by spells. All is, he couldn't love 'em. But long o' her his veins 'ud run all crinkly like curled maple. The side she brushed felt full o' sun as a south slope in April. She thought no vice had sech a swing as his'n in the choir. My, when he made Old 100 ring, she knowed the Lord was nigher. And she blushed scarlet right in prayer when her new meetin' bunnet felt somehow through its crown a pair of blue eyes sot upon it. That night, I tell ye, she looked some. She seemed to've got a new soul, for she felt sartin sure he'd come down to her very shoe sole. She heerd a foot, and knowed it too, a raspin' on the scraper. Always to once her feelin's flew like sparks in burnt-up paper. He kind o' littered on the mat, some doubtful of the sequel. His heart kept goin' pitty-pat, but hern went pitty-sequel. And yet she gin her cheer a jerk, as though she wished him furder, and on her apples kept to work, parin' away like murder. "You want to see my pa, I s'pose?"
Well, no, I come designin'
"To see my ma? She's sprinklin' clothes agin tomorrow's ironin'."
To say why gals act so or don't would be presumin'. Maybe to mean yes and say no comes natural to women. He stood a spell on one foot first, and stood a spell on t'other, and on which one he felt the worst he couldn't have told you nother. Said he, "I'd better call again." Says she, "Think lightly, mister." That last word pricked him like a pin, and, well, he up and kissed her. And ma by upon 'em slips, Huldy set pale as ashes, all kind o' smiley round the lips and teary round the lashes. For she was just the quiet kind whose naturs never vary, like streams that keep a summer mind snow-hid in January. The blood close round her heart felt glued too tight for all expressin', till mother see how matters stood and gin 'em both her blessin'. Then her red come back like the tide down to the Bay of Fundy, and all I know is they was cried at meetin' come next Sunday. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.